So Japan just made history by electing its first ever female prime minister.
She has made history. After winning the leadership contest of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, she's now set to become Japan's first female prime minister.
But who is she and what does this really mean for Japan? Well, she is Sanae Takaichi, a veteran politician, a conservative warrior, and now possibly the first ever female prime minister in Japan. And this all sounds revolutionary, and in many aspects it really is. So if you think it's about time Japan had a change in leadership, then please like this video. Because in Japan, change doesn't come about by crashing through the front door like a bull in a pottery barn.
I know what you're thinking.
Instead, it slides quietly through the side entrance, bowing as it goes. Alright, so the question is, has Japan finally taken a step in the right direction for gender equality and progressiveness? Or have they just put a new face on an old system? Well, if we actually look at Takaichi's story, it paints a very interesting picture. A picture about how to survive in Japan's political jungle. Because she's been in this jungle for over 30 years. And carefully and methodically, she's worked her way up the ranks. Kind of like Claire from House of Cards. Except, you know, before it all came tumbling down, which I'm sure it won't in this case. Okay, so while others tried to change the political system entirely, she essentially became the system. A broadcaster turned politician, she built her career inside of the ruling LDP, a party so dominant in Japan's culture that it's practically woven into the fabric of Japan itself. And now that Japan finally has a female prime minister that has broken through that glass ceiling and shattered it into a million pieces, the question then becomes, will these pieces of glass come back and shatter her? Well, it really depends on how you look about all of this. Because her ideology, it's basically straight from the Abe playbook. Nationalist, security-focused, and fiscally aggressive. Basically, Abe 2.0. And here's the thing. Headlines around the world are calling this a victory for women worldwide, and especially in Japan.
Out of Japan, the country is set to have its first ever female prime minister.
Ruling Liberal Democratic Party has elected Sanae Takaichi as its new leader.
For the first time in its history, Japan is likely to welcome a female prime minister.
And yes, symbolically, it is a glass ceiling shattered. And if you're all for proverbial glass ceilings being shattered, then please share this video. Okay, so while glass ceilings are being shattered left and right, there's one thing. And that's, she has stated that she's opposed to having separate surnames for married couples. And she's even been against female succession within the royal family, and essentially believes that only males in the imperial line should be able to succeed and become emperor. Not only that, but she has publicly stated that she opposes same-sex marriage. So while on the face of it all, it looks like the Liberal Democratic Party is changing, the foundation looks like it's essentially remaining the same. It's kind of like swapping a frame from the Mona Lisa. Feels fresh, vibrant, new, but really nothing has changed. Alright, but what is she really about? Well, economically, she's essentially a disciple of Abe 2.0, which means massive government spending and heavy investment in defense, technology, and AI. And geopolitically, she's kind of like a hawk in a flock of doves. And what do I mean by that? Well, she wants to amend Japan's pacifist constitution, strengthen the military, and stand firm against China. But what do Japanese netizens really think of her? Well, if you look online, there is an overwhelming amount of support for her, championing the future of Japan, with many believing that she is the one that's finally able to draw that proverbial line in the sand and really put Japan first. But here's the thing. Prime ministers don't lead in Japan. They navigate. They're more like captains on a ship built by someone else with a crew that answers to the shipyards and not the bridge. But you know, if you get handed a ship and that ship is heading towards an iceberg, then you could be the one getting tossed overboard first if things don't go the right way. And she has a lot of icebergs in her way right now, dealing with a shrinking population, stagnant wages, and exhausted youth. But what do you think of this new Japanese Prime Minister that Japan has just chosen? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So that all leads to the question, what now? Because her test isn't whether or not she can become Prime Minister of Japan, it's whether she can matter as one. Because Japan's politics often reward stability over progressiveness. And really, history is full of prime ministers who have burned bright, then vanished just like that, like a firework on New Year's Eve. Beautiful, brief, and forgotten. But here's the thing, if she pushes too hard on nationalism, then she risks foreign backlash. While at the same time, if she plays it too safe, then she appears weak. And right now, she's really walking a tightrope between tradition and progression, with the ghosts of her predecessors right behind her. So yes, for the first time ever, Japan has a female leader, which is a historic moment. Don't get me wrong, definitely a historic moment there. But behind that, there's a deeper truth. That Japan doesn't change suddenly. It doesn't change by breaking the system first and then rebuilding it up. It changes by rearranging it. And in that sense, Takaichi is both the symbol of that progress, and her success will depend on whether she can do what no other prime minister has done before her. Not just hold the power and seat of prime minister, but being able to bend it and actually make it work for her. Kind of like Aang from Avatar. But what if she can't do this? Well, then this moment, this historic first for Japan, will fade into history like so many other moments. But what do you think of all this? Is Japan going in the right direction? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to keep up to date on this latest topic. And until next time everyone, stay waku waku.
Interested in making a fantastic first impression in Japan no matter where you go, then make sure you check out my free course on how to do just that. You can check out completely for free in the description box down below. And until next time everyone, stay waku waku.